All right, so json.trace.server traces the communication between VS Code and the JSON language server. So a language server is a little piece of software that usually is written in different languages. So JSON language server will be written in TypeScript, for example, and HTMLs will be written in C#, for example, and CSS is going to be written in Java. That's not accurate, by the way. I'm just giving examples. As long as they use the language server protocol, it doesn't really matter in which language they are coded in, they will be able to talk to VS Code. And a language server is that little piece of software that is able to provide all the good features we have on a particular language, like syntax highlighting, error detection, linting, autocompletion, IntelliSense, and all that good stuff. So where do you see this? Actually, so you have off messages and verbose. So where does this show up? If we go here to the output, if we have this set to off, it's not going to show up here. But if we change this to messages or verbose, it's going to show up as a JSON language server, right? And now, whenever we do something, for example, if we request autocompletion, VS Code will send a request for completion item, and it's going to receive a response. And they communicate through JSON objects. So if you have messages, you'll see what's going on. If you have verbose, you can actually see the actual JSON objects being sent back and forth. I chose messages again. Verbose, there we go. And now you can actually see the JSON objects being sent back and forth, right? So if you request autocompletion, you'll see, if you investigate what's going on here, you'll see that the JSON language server responded with all these features. And notice that if we change suggestion, VS Code will request the description of that suggestion to the language server, right? So this is what this is. It's useful only if you're creating a language server. So if you want to provide some particular language features to a particular language, then it's good to have the setting set to verbose on whatever language you're providing those features on, so that you can actually see the communication that is being sent back and forth. But for our purposes, we're going to leave this set to off because we don't need this.